the form will able to show those three fields of the main table of profile table, and one table with the criteria that we will be able to modify in one or more criteria, and modify the those, make them combo boxes, add their options, and so on. So let's go back to the user interface, to the author's application, and go back on form designer and create a new form. Name this again as a risk profile. The icon was the FA group layer. Okay. The component is going to be the same, risk profile again. Create a new risk profile, or edit the existing one, the current one. We have also here an action button section here where we can save or delete. And then we'll go to the design section and create some areas here. Here on the design section, we can actually create areas, one or more, and tabs with areas, with more areas. We can even modify the areas, how they are shown. So we can actually go to edit and add an icon here. For example, this one, which is shown here. Add a description, a title and description. And then we can modify even the size of the area. So it can be, this works with Bootstrap. So we can modify this, for example, 12 is the whole section here of one row. If we make this, for example, 6, will be the half of this. Can even go here on the second one and make also this 6. So we have two areas side by side. And there are even more options here to make it work differently with mobile applications, so on. So it would be, an example would be to make this call MD6, and generally would be 12, for example. I think that this will make it, when we make this smaller, it gets the whole area. When we make it bigger, it gets the half of it. So there are many options here to make it responsive for mobile applications, so on. And at the same time, make it give the specified area for this to take place, each area, specified the place to work. And then let's just remove the second tab. We just keep the first one. And we can add some fields. The fields can be added through this button on one area. On each one area, we can do many things, such as modifying the whole area, adding fields, adding one table. We will do this about the criteria, because the criteria are table inside the list profile. Add buttons on the header of the area, add HTML plugins, and so on. So let's add the fields initially of this area. So let's add the title, description, and visibility type. Let's name this area as a risk profile. Fine. Let's add the same. Let's add a different icon, gears, FA gears. And let's add a small description here, for example, a risk profile. Then we can open each of the fields. We need to add a type on proper title. So I will add a capital T. And so then on the description, capital D, visibility type. Let's just limit visibility on the front end. We can add things such as a description on the field, a message under the field, a description inside the field as a placeholder, add some custom CSS, modify their bootstrap class to also for them to be smaller and so on, make it not editable, visible, and so on. And then we can do even more custom functionalities by using CSS or JavaScript on those sections that we could take some time later. For now, let's just save this one and try to connect it to the rest of the list and check how it looks actually. So here we can get the actual ID of the form here and go back to the list. On the risk profile list, we need to modify actually our buttons. So here we have the risk profile. We need to click here on new and show the form. And then click on edit here and show again the form with a select the row with this record as selected, with its title, description, visibility type, and all the criteria of this risk profile that we made. So let's go back here on the configuration section on our current list and go here on the action button section and actually make a command again. Let me open this and show it. Sorry. And even add something on the bottom, so one more description, just to display and show this. That's the idea. So let's go back to our form designer, go back here. On the design section, we have the visibility type, which is a varchar actually, but we need to make it a combo box. In order to change the types of the fields, we can go to data assignments here on this section. On this section, we see again the tables and their fields. So we can go back to visibility type, edit, and instead of varchar, we can make it a combo box. We can even, for example, I prefer clicking this button, combo box. Actually, it does the same, just makes it combo box here, but it also adds an example here of the available options. So the available options could be, for example, public, value and display, public, and the display will be the same, private, and make this just private. And actually, after this is modified, we can even add a default value, for example, public, here, and save. We just change the visibility type, which is designed to be shown here, to a combo box. Save. Go back to the end user's application, to risk profile, new, and check it. The default value is public, and we can select between public and private. And then we can even add the description that I said previously. Go back here on the design section, on the field, where we have the description that is shown on top of the field, which is this one. And under this, on the message section, we can, for example, type something like select public or private. Select private to hide, for example, this profile from other users of the application. Save. Go back here on the risk profiles, new, and that's the description under it. And let's save, for example, risk profile 2. Risk profile 2. Save. And we see that it is created, it is indeed public. It is on top.
Yes, Elias, the criteria of the profile, we have not added them yet.
Not yet, we will add them right after. But before this, let's add also the JSON for this button to be able to modify something and then go back to the criteria. That's the idea. Any questions till now?
No.
Okay, the meeting is closing. Give me a second to wait it. In minutes. Okay, in 30 seconds. So let's stop it for now and find a way to start another meeting to move on with the criteria and editing, modifying this one and check how it works and move on. Okay.
Okay, so we are waiting to start
Okay.
another now. Yes.